are insecure about ourselves and have to hide our chin, our face, our ears.
That was a very weak and drawn-out segment, and you pretty much just told me, yes, I am actually very ashamed of my weak chin.
But ain't nobody stopping me. That's how I go when you.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Solo time. Welcome to Shot from the Point. Dead. I think the gain up is too high. Damn it. It's gotta be. I'm gonna fix it right there. Okay, I feel a little better about that. Hey, welcome to Shot from the Point Dead, and I'm here to talk to you today. New YouTube drama keeps rolling on, and I'm here to cover it because I like it. Now, somebody wrote to me yesterday, he's like, why do you cover all this YouTube drama? I like it. Why don't you go back to covering hockey? I never stopped. Well, it's silly and it's meaningless. Well, if you think about it, any friggin' hobby, hockey or football or anything, video games, anything is meaningless at the end of the day. But I like it, and I don't make any goddamn apologies for it. So if you don't like it, it's real easy. That's okay. Hockey podcast. There will be one tonight. I'll get into that later. But I want to talk about, and I will take calls today, right up until it's game time. I want to talk about why I think that idubbbbz, Mr. idubbbbz, is just has Leafy hopelessly outmatched. And it's quite simple. He's smarter than him. He has a higher IQ. He's more talented. And less, what separates somebody that works hard from somebody that's truly talented, gifted, and can think outside the box? Well, a talented person can take on many roles. He can change when the field in front of him looks a little different. Some people that aren't that talented or have found a niche, probably I could be one of them, stick to the same thing no matter what because they can't go outside that box. idubbbbz drops a video on Leafy, a response to the response video, which I honestly think will be his last. I expect song parodies and things like that. He's got this kid over a damn barrel. Leafy has been exposed. And, I was talking to Dead on Dave yesterday. It's the only character shots to Leafy, which I think were more interesting to me because I think the guy is a poor character, was the Keem and the GradeA and the Leafy controversy that started the thing back in June. But what he was able to do is make it sort of seem like a character shot, but it really is a shot at Leafy's competence, at his talent, at his gifts. They were veiled shots. And the thing that's so brilliant about it is idubbbbz told you how he was going to respond. And he did. The hairline, the old videos, everything was in there. Everything. That's how predictable Leafy is. That's how easy it is to deal with somebody like Leafy. So, he didn't even get it. I probably should pay more of that opening video. In fact, I think I'm going to. idubbbbz says it better than I could ever hope to. Let's see if I can watch the video.
A good portion of Leafy's response was addressing the whole chin thing. I thought that was just a funny meme in my video, to be honest, but he seemed to think it was an important point in the video, so he spent a good amount of time defending himself.
While me and all these other people are insecure about ourselves and have to hide our chin, our face, our ears.
That was a very weak and drawn-out segment.
And we already saw that part. Oops, wrong one. Sorry I exposed your Skype. No one's going to call you anyway. That's it. He didn't get it. And not only that, idubbbbz knew he wouldn't get it. Ever. He was never going to get this. Ever. Not for a minute. Because Leafy's not that talented. He's not that funny. He's not exceptionally bright. Not stupid, but he's not exceptionally bright. And I honestly believe, while he's still going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month for probably years to come, this is the beginning of the end of his mega growth. we will walk back and say, hey, when we're kind of looking at Ray William Johnson. God, what happened to Ray William Johnson? What happened to Leafy? Next 2-3 years. His fan base from the 14 to 18-year-olds will be 18 and 21. I'm just going to grow up. I'm going to see through it. The other thing I liked about idubbbbz video is he pointed out, his video is essentially a victim card. You can't beat somebody by pulling the victim card. You can only generate sympathy for yourself. Leafy's response video is a giant victim card, and correctly pointed out something that Keem pointed out. Or that he accused Keem of. It's not over. You can't really kill a YouTuber as long as he feels like uploading. But you can knock him down a peg. And the reason, and I'm going to talk about this a little later, the reason it's done this way or encouraged to do this way, and I'm not saying idubbbbz had any other motivations and satire and kind of sticking it in his butt a little bit. This shit works. At the top level, these guys look at each other and they're like, he's got 4 million. I can take 100,000 off him. It works because there's so many kids out there that just want to say they're sub to the coolest guy in school. I'm sure people decide. I mean, there's these. I've been told about these people that, and I'm sure they're in every Western country. They actually run to the polls during an election, like last minute, so they can get a good idea. So they don't care who wins the presidency or becomes prime minister. They want to vote, say they voted for the winner. That's really what you're in control of. That's what they're doing. It's all a video game, man. And most of the people that are successful at YouTube are gamers. In some cases, competitively elite gamers. And that competitiveness translates over to YouTube. That's all it's about. That's all it is, folks. Smoke and mirrors. It's all bullshit. But I like it. It's sporting, and I'm a sportsman. I like fights and hockey and team sports. That's what it seemed to me. It's just it's a creative fight. You get to watch nerds beat the shit out of each other the only way they know how. and I like that. It's funny. It's fun. And I hope they continue to do this. Great video by idubbbbz. Leafy is incompetent and inferior in every way, shape, and form, including his features. every way. But now he decided to go this route. He probably should have embraced. But in fairness to Leafy, if he embraced, they would have called him a pussy, and they would have said the embracement of the meme would have been sort of phony or false to begin with. But it still was probably a better move than pretending that this was not a big deal, YouTube-wise. Of course it was a big deal. You wouldn't have made a 20-minute video. Why would you make a 20-minute video? Of course, no, it's just ridiculous. And that gets me to GradeAUnderA. Now, I know Keem's probably stirring the pot. And because, like he pointed out in one of his tweets, video tweets, that a lot of folks coming in idubbbbz defense against Leafy fans. Ain't no big YouTubers running to Leafy's defense. And his best buddy, GradeAUnderA, there was rumors that he was going to do it, but I don't know what he does it on. His content's fallen off. Social Blades show that as far as hits are concerned. The big stuff he gets in is, he was king of the drama. You could do YouTube without getting in the drama stuff and throw it, but you can't get the attention. You can't get the mega attention. But once you step in that ring, you're a target. And right now, Mr. Repsion, who Grade A thought was a low-hanging fruit, he wasn't, kind of bruised him slightly. I bruised his ego slightly. I basically was told behind the scenes he threw an absolute fit. And I'm glad. That's what you get for stepping in this shit. Grade A's holier-than-thou image is destroyed. And I don't personally think, I think it's a rumor, I think it's just that. I don't think Grade has any intention whatsoever. None. Zero. Zip. None. to stick up for Leafy, I would sooner believe that he would stab him in the back. Because Grade A is a social climber, a lot like Leafy. They're two of the kind. And like I said to you before, these guys see like, I could take 100,000, I could take it there, I could become a million guy here, I could make more money. That's the way they look at it. But Grade A jumped in this ring and he thought it once you put on the belt that you get to keep it. No, it gets passed around because other people are trying to come out and after you for it. And instead of the young fighter that has the belt, we see an old, withered champion clinging to that championship. He won't come out. In fact, to protect his subs or his earnings, like I said, nothing would shock me with Grade, the type of person he is. Maybe he could cut a promo on those 5 mysterious YouTubers that told Akeem was talking shit. Maybe he could do that, huh? Grade's a pig. And I mean that. He's a pig. Not he's a slob. In an Orwellian way. He's a pig. Those are the worst people I've ever met in my life, teachers. I'm not saying they're all bad, but I met some awful ones. Because teachers are attracted to power. Teachers are people that are afraid. They have all this education, but they're afraid to risk. Because when you go out into the business world or any other type of world, you could get fired. You could lose your job. The company could collapse, and it could have nothing to do with your fault. Nothing is more secure job than being a teacher. And you're guaranteed to have power over others. You're a pig. A pig. You're guaranteed to have power over those students. Grade A is only going after low-hanging fruit. That genius Nicole Arbor, the rocket scientist that she is, when she was wounded. Sticking up for Matthew Santoro, but as soon as Matthew Santoro looked weak, Grade shot him down too. Now, I'm not saying for a minute that Grade's points on Santoro and plagiarism weren't dead on. They were. But let's face it. When me and you are friends, and I know you're fucking up in your project, and I know you're probably plagiarizing, but I may not be in a position to tell you because you're going to freak. That doesn't mean I'm going to go to my own audience and tell everyone, hey, Jeff Huffman, he's plagiarizing. I'm not going to do it. I might even risk the relationship that I have with my own fans to do that because you're my friend. I don't think Grade's that type of way. He's a P-I-G pig and a pussy. I think I got this guy dead on. I don't believe his backstory. I'm not totally believed by Leafy's victim. Leafy's backstory is based on victimization, and I'm not surprised that I'm not terribly surprised that his defense was of victimization. The victim card. Just the way he operates. My daddy and mommy were on drugs. Gives you a backstory, makes you interesting. Does my soldier background help me? Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool if I told you I was a war hero? I survived Iraq and maybe I, saved a buddy or maybe another buddy died in my arms? I command more respect. But none of that's true. None of that's true. So why not tell this interesting backstory where you stood up to the man, you stood up to the teacher? Yeah, it's probably bullshit, more than likely. Because that's what pigs do. He's a fucking pig. Every ounce of him. And he's a coward. And in fairness, I got to be honest with you, I don't know what he goes after idubbz for. What is he going to do? Call him a hypocrite? What he's going to do? He's going to tell him that Leafy's really funny? Well, that's all an opinion anyway. idubbz said it himself. The chin part's a meme. But it's designed to distract, and that's what Leafy focused on, and that's why it has 200,000 dislikes. You think I take this too seriously? I've heard some comments. Well, I'm a sportsman. I analyze hockey from my perspective. But I also am a people person. I have an excellent ability. In some cases with YouTube, never to even meet you. I can tell you how many siblings you have. I know where your background from. I have a pretty good idea the way you look at the world. By the way, little poker tip. the trick with poker is getting not a read or somebody biting an Oreo. The trick with poker is understanding how the person, your opponent, looks at the game. How does he see the game? How does he think it works? What does he think is going to bring the most chips his way? You can apply that to life. And the impression I get from Grade is he's a P-I-G pig. And he's only going to go after somebody unless it has a benefit. And if at the end of the day he can't move up or down and the next shot's Leafy, well, I think those 5 mysterious YouTubers will make a reappearance and tell Grade that Leafy was talking shit about him. That's the way this stuff works, man. Quick comment on Colossal Is Crazy, and then I'm going to take some calls. I don't want anybody to worry. I don't believe he's hurt. I don't believe he's sick. Certainly don't believe he's dead. But I do think it's reasonable for some people that are not in the know, that they might be a little concerned. I don't. I think Clown is the type of guy that can just walk away from this shit. I can't. I'm hooked. But I think this is a man with a career. Here's another thing. He told me he does travel at times with his job. What Colossal doesn't do is keep anybody in the know. I don't have a way to contact him outside of YouTube. Just fix that fucking thing. It's batshit crazy. I don't understand. That's the one saving XSplit can't fix. Keep is the focus setting. All right, that's fixed now. I just think he's the type of guy who can walk away. I'm sorry that we've had no baited podcasts. I'm hungry. I got all my shit here, man. I'm ready to go. Ready to stream. Ready to do baited. Ready to do my own shit. Ready to do hockey tonight. I'm a happy boy. My birthday's Saturday, baby. Big 4-0. Things going good for me. But I don't believe that he's hurt. I don't believe anything. But he just he values his privacy. Do I like this? No. I wish he would stay in some kind or have a system or something. But he simply doesn't want to do it, so I can't make him. I miss him. He sent a message yesterday. I was hoping he'd just say, "Hey, I'm okay. Fuck off," and that would have been fine. I wish he'd say something. But I don't think he's hurt. I think the man does things his own way. Anything else I feel is none of your fucking business. But I do miss, it's weird. Like, we met in, May, and I feel like I've known him for a lifetime. I've never even stood in front of him. It's the weirdest thing. And I owe a lot to Keem for the baited podcast, a shit ton. But I don't believe Keem. I think if Colossal looked at my work and said, that's not going to work for baited, I don't think I would ever got that call. So I do believe that. I think both guys. I think, Keem said, "What do you think of this guy?" I think this guy would work. It's interesting. It's new. He does something different. He doesn't even make videos, for Christ's sakes. He just broadcasts. So, that's baited. Last thing I want to talk about is Keem nice guy videos. I don't have a problem with what I do. I don't have any crisis of conscience. If Keem wants to do nicer stories, so be it. But he knows damn well the best ones they're going to sell are the negative ones. I mean, Jesus Christ, look at the entire media industry. There is some truth in what Keem's saying about smaller YouTubers making almost phony drama to get on Scarce, and I think that's more on Scarce than it is on Keem. Saying they're homeless. This whole phase thing with being homeless is much to make me vomit. John, knock it the fuck off, really? Come on, I like you to death, but knock that shit off. Really. John's a good guy. At least he seems it. I never met him. Follow me back on Twitter. But I think you got to be a little... You know what it is? I think... I'm not going to sit there and pounce on his journalism. I get the impression, because I'm a good read on people, that John's one of these guys that looks the best in everyone. I don't. Keem doesn't. But I think he is, and that's a nice quality to have. I do watch all his videos. I subscribe to him. But stop falling for manipulation by smaller YouTubers, or even big YouTubers for that matter. This victimization shit is enough for the fucking birds. No. He's going to lose his house, his pet's going to die, this, that, and the other. It's getting a little ridiculous. John, knock it off. You're a good guy. In fact, you're probably in college, take some journalism courses. Not an insult, Take some journalists. It wouldn't help. It would hurt. It would help. I want to see you in your big plaid shirt and your Doc Martens and your jeans. Do the news like that, dude. I personally don't like the gaming content in the news. That's an opinion. I'm an old man. I'm not. I am telling him how to do it. I don't think John's content is really bad as much as it is naive. So Keem wants to make nice guy videos or put. I don't know. I don't really have a problem with it. I don't have any influence on Keem. I don't think anybody tells Keem what to do. So I'm certainly not one of them. That's good. But I got to be honest with you. I have no shame with the dirty side of YouTube or the dark side of YouTube, and I like staying on the fringes. I like staying in the gray area. Get it? 718-395-7660. 718-395-7660. That's our phone line. Skype, shot from the point, one word. And you can call us at shot from the point, one word on Skype. And I'm ready to rock and roll and take calls. And Pirate King Bungie, you're on the air.
Well, hey, hello there, Tommy. How are you doing?
Yeah, real good. What do you want to talk about?
So you just mentioned something like, I don't want to focus on it too much, but you said that Keem wants to bring back the good stories and stuff like that. Didn't he already try that before?
I don't know. I've only been following Keem for a little over a year. I don't know. You probably would know better than I would. Why? Do you have any
insight?
insight?
I want to talk about is that anybody can make a fake good story I think people will use this in order to promote a fake image about themselves. People like FouseyTube, people like ProSyndicate.
Good point. I didn't think of that. Well, yeah, if they're going to fake for the negative, why wouldn't they fake for the positive?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a really good point.
I know ProSyndicate bought a car for his dad, and Keemstar covered it, and then just 2 weeks or 1 week later, all of a sudden ProSyndicate is exposed for
he ran
the thing that happened to him.
For the CS:GO thing. Well,
yeah.
I mean, he didn't. It's a different story. I mean, you can be a good guy one day and a bad guy next. I could be one of them. I think you raise an interesting point with certain YouTubers trying to create image for themselves on the positive side. I think that's up to the journalists themselves, if you want to call them that. I mean, Keem still calls himself an entertainment journalist. But I do know Keem does make an effort to make it real. I mean, he's been fooled before, too. He sent that COD guy that was 40 years old a bunch of money because he was short on cash. Turned out he blew it all. Keem made him go, and a lot of folks I heard thought this was mean. He made him go on a payment plan with Keem. Good for him. That's bullshit. You blew your money is one thing, I think it's the smaller YouTubers. You got to understand. I don't know. Do you know any big YouTubers or maybe somebody with 10,000 subs or anything like that personally?
Not really.
Well,
I don't know any small YouTubers who's tried to.
When I started I ran into a guy that blew up. Basically overnight, and when you start getting the revenue coming in, you start counting on that revenue. All right, and YouTube's kind of like poker. It just one week you'll be up, next week you'll be down, and it's not like a regular paycheck. So what's going to happen is you start saying to yourself, "What do I got to do to bring last month's check up to where or even higher than what I got before?"
Yeah, people try to stay relevant a lot. I know,
they do, and they always will. There's nothing stopping that. But I think it's really the journalist's responsibility to get to the bottom of that. I think Keem, he gives a lot of money away and he tries to help people and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know if a guy like John Scarce is as careful, And I think they just got to be a little more careful.
Yeah.
I think Scarce wants to help people, man. He's I got all this power, and this guy's his dog's dying, and you can't, put up the $10,000 for the surgery that's probably going to kill him anyway. He does that, so he just makes up something. Thanks for the call, buddy. Good call. Good point. Really good point. Excellent point. Take some more calls. Boy, I had quite a long speech. He does that, so he just made. What the fuck was that? I heard my own voice. 718-395-7660, 718-395-7660. Let's take a call from Robert. What's happening, brother?
Yo, am I on?
You're on, man. What's up?
Cool. That's actually pretty decent. Just happy birthday, first of all.
No, thank you. Not yet. I'm not telling you when my real birthday is, but we're going to do a live stream Sunday.
Sorry?
We're doing a live stream Sunday, a roast. They're all going to roast my ass.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
the one thing I thought that I just hope all the Leafy fans see is idubbbbz. idubbbbz fucking nailed him with the Sony Vegas thing, like the formula. And you notice that like whenever he's talking, like, I wonder can he get through a video without having to go like, oh my god, what the fuck?
He didn't do it. He didn't do it with the response. What makes you think he's gonna do it any other way? Come on, man.
Well,
man.
he's put out like idubbbbz just doesn't care. There's nowhere where that they can attack him, and Grade I don't think has the skill in Microsoft Paint to actually be able to do it. Like,
no, Grade's gonna rely on his education and his ability to point out hypocrisy and maybe even manipulate his own fan base. That's what Grade will count on. Grade's no idiot. I don't think Leafy's an idiot either. I just don't think he's very creative. You know what I mean? He's like a regular guy.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
he just
Leafy like is just he's just so untalented and unfunny. I really just don't see what the whole big thing is. But like, I never subscribed to idubbbbz before, but he's definitely got a sub now. He
understands the people that he understands the people that take in his content intimately. I keep hearing that Leafy tells stories at one point and he stopped, which is interesting because storytelling is a gift. You're Irish, right?
Northern Irish, yeah.
You're Northern Irish, right? Well, that's the gift of the Irish,
yeah.
Is it not? Is storytelling and stuff like that. That takes.
Well, that's that could be kind of an issue over here, like, so can't.
Telling stories. Well, I didn't.
No,
I didn't tell you to kill an Englishman.
Irish and Northern Irish, like, what are you saying? No.
Well, I mean, all right. Well, getting back to what I was talking about, the gift of the Irish to be able to tell stories. It goes back in their history. They actually kept history when the Roman Empire fell apart. So, I heard that Leafy tells stories, and I'm actually kind of interested in these stories. I think that's really cool. That's creative because basically what he does now is just fucks with people and spits out videos to keep, because he is a viral video machine. You know, it'd be really interesting to see if he did have any talent. I gotta go. There's somebody calling from my hometown. I gotta get it. I'll talk to you later, buddy.
No worries.
All right.
Nice talking to you, Tommy.
Take care. Take care of your man back in Belfast, all right? That was a shitty Irish accent. Why did I even try that? 732 Central New Jersey. You're on the air.
Hey,
who's this?
So just my thoughts on Leafy. I think he's pretty much in a plateau as far as subscriber count.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
I think Idubbbz pretty much punctured a hole in his boat for as far as any kind of growth. But
the boat is leaking,
I'm
sir.
not actually from New Jersey. I'm an Army brat. I used to live at Fort
Where are you?
Monmouth,
Down at you're in Fort Dix?
I don't know if you're... What was it?
You're in Fort Dix?
No, I live in Alabama right now, actually.
Oh, you're coming from a 732 number, that's why.
Yeah, well...
What'd you steal? What'd you do? What'd you do? Whack some joker out in Hoboken and take his phone? And then now you're down in Alabama using it?
No, just I kept the same phone number.
You're Alabama? What base you at?
Yeah.
What base you at?
Was it? Oh, I'm not in... I just live in Huntsville. I'm not
Huntsville. Your dad's
in
a
the
pilot?
Army right now.
Your dad a pilot?
I'm not in the Army. No.
Oh, your dad's not a pilot? What are you doing down there? That's all the pilots are.
Oh, no, my dad was... he's field artillery.
Oh, is he? He's a badass, huh?
Did
he kick your ass a lot when you were a kid?
I got chewed out, yeah.
You got chewed out? Oh, you got Army chew out. What's your name, Bob?
But
give me a name. I want to yell at
you. Retired colonel chewed out. It's pretty bad.
Son, I need to talk to you. I've never gotten chewed out by a colonel. So you had that honor more than I did.
It's an experience.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure it is. You know, actually, if I got chewed out of it by a colonel, that would probably have been the end of my career. So that's probably where it never happened. All right, buddy. Thanks for calling, buddy. 732. Stop beating up people from New Jersey and taking their phones. Thank you very much. All right, let's pull. Oh, this guy looks interesting. Well, he doesn't have his mic on. Cole, you're on the air. Cole in Discord. Cole. Going once. Pablo, follow me on Twitch. Thank you very much, Pablo. I'm gonna put Prick on the air. Prick. He's gone. Oh, get the fuck out of here then. And Salva.
Hello.
Yeah, we're on the air. Well, I can't even say your handle. What's your handle anyway?
Shaffen. It's actually on a guy I knew. But yeah, whatever.
Okay, Shaffen. What's on your mind?
So because I'm a 15-year-old that doesn't know shit, I wanted to ask, what is a beta male? Do you feel it is bad be a beta male? If yes, why?
Good question. I like guys that challenge me. Here's what I believe. I believe that we're all born with a certain DNA that affects our personality. I think you parents lie to kids when they tell them you can be anything you want to be. I think we all have certain strengths and weaknesses. I don't expect everybody to be a freaking jarhead soldier, right? But I do think there's certain principles as a guy. Even if you're physically weak or physically small, you can have those principles. Like you don't stab people in the back as a man. You help other people and then look out for them and you stand up for what's right. Those are the qualities of men. Not all men can be in the Army or in the NFL or in the NHL or anything like that. A beta male, I guess what you're saying, is a guy the way I use it, I probably don't use it quite literally. I'm using it as a guy that doesn't exhibit the behaviors that I met. And you can be a nerdy dude, right? And still exhibit all those sort of. You can be a huge gaming fan. The guy of head of tech and gaming, hardcore gamer, makes his living through gaming, and selling things and trading them and what have you, which is Mackenzie. All right, he goes to MMA at night. You know, he's well rounded. So look, not everybody. Look, if you're born 5'3", you're not kicking too many people's ass, but you can still be a man. That's what I believe. So is being a beta? I think is being a beta male bad? Yes, because it means you're a rat and a weasel. You know, is being physically weaker but holding up those principles that I talked about? No, I think that's okay because I couldn't play in the NHL. You know, I don't expect not everybody's 6'1", 200 pounds. So in that sense, no, I don't think there's anything wrong with it in that sense. But I do think, you know, I'm talking about weasels. That's really what I'm talking about when I mean beta males. We can't all. All right, I can't expect. I mean, what kind of shitty? That's just, you know, the guys that do that. They're just macho assholes. That's the other extreme. Alpha male assholes. So you know, looking down at everybody. You know, that gym teacher that's screaming at you. His big fucking, you know, because he's just a fucking big psychopathic hard on. You know. That's
John Cena.
Yeah, like John Cena, who I met, by the way, and he was a real dick to me. And I felt, it's funny. No, there's a video out there with me with my John Cena story. You can write TommyC or American Soldier John Cena story. You can type that in YouTube, and I tell about the time that I met John Cena. It's not on my channel, but it's out there. And I did feel that, and I was in uniform, and he made me feel like a beta male. You know, so no, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in I don't believe in like guys that are physically stronger picking on the weak, but I don't like people who hide behind their weakness with snarkiness and cowardness. That's what I mean by beta male. All right?
I had one bully that actually did that.
Yeah, well, that guy's an asshole. You know?
Yeah.
And I think if you're a real man, you stand up for somebody like you. That's what a real man is. To me.
Yeah.
To me. That's me. Like I told you, there's three types of bullies. And beta males can be bullies too. There's the traditional psychopath, physical violence, verbal violence, verbally attack you. That's the one we see in the movies, okay? Then there is the beta male bully, like Leafy, somebody who snarks his way around things and stuff like that. Usually considers himself intelligent, but probably is not as smart as he comes off. Maybe he has a way with words a little bit. And then there's the sheepdog bully. That's me. You know, guy that's willing to swim the sharks to get ahead, stick up for his friends, stick up for his family, but at the same time, tries to stay humble and not use those things to hurt other people rather than to hurt the people or move the people out of the way that are hurting others. That's the sheepdog. That's the kind of bully I am.
I just made it my goal to help everyone that had it like me because I didn't do anything for myself. I didn't stand up for myself, so now I've just made it my goal to help anyone that has the same problem.
You got to be able to stick up for yourself first before you can stick up for somebody else, though, because you might get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what the sheepdog bully's biggest enemy is, or actually because he walks the line becoming a psycho bully, the traditional one, and the one that usually gets him to turn evil is the beta male bully. That's the one he has the most trouble with. So you got to be able to defend yourself before you can defend other people's. And then
I've trained.
Yeah.
So because one of my friends just said enough with this shit. I'm gonna train you, physically train you to defend yourself.
And when it hurts,
if it ever comes to that,
when it hurts, don't give up. I don't care if you're fucking crying your eyes out. Keep going. Keep moving forward. You know, that's one thing that they could do to you in the army. They can't do to you in a gym. They could physically make you go forward or put you in jail. You know, you don't have that when you have that kind of threat over your head. This guy can put me in jail if I don't do what he's telling. Keep doing it, even if you cry. Keep moving. Keep moving forward. Well, I think that's a better message for young guys than this constantly clinging to victimhood. You know, playing video games and being into gaming and anime doesn't make you a pussy. Being a pussy, a pussy doesn't stand up for what's right, or himself or others. That's my opinion. Good question, by the way. I like this topic.
Thank you.
Yeah, you seem like a completely reasonable guy, and you kind of called me out. And I kind of dug that, but I hope you like the answer. Talk to you later.
I do.
All right, take care, buddy. That's what I think. SPS, you're on the air. SPS.
Hey, I'm just wondering, what do you think Leafy's possible response is going to be?
Yeah, there's none. That I'm almost sure of that. Maybe vague references in other future videos. There's none. He's done. He's finished. The boat's leaking. He'll tell all his friends. I'll hear about it because Discord leaks. He'll tell all his friends it's no big deal. It wasn't that big. Everybody's making a bigger deal than it was. That it really didn't hurt him. Look at his revenue, and then slowly but surely, the ship will sink.
I think he missed out on probably making himself the butt of the joke because Idubbbz is like really good at making himself the butt of the joke. I think he really missed out on that opportunity.
Yeah, he was a tough spot though because I think if he did that, some people were expecting that, but he decided to fight because he didn't like everybody calling him a big pussy. You know what I mean?
I mean,
he didn't like that shit at all.
So.
He didn't like any of that shit. No, I don't think there's anything goes. I think he moves on, makes videos. Look, I get the feeling with the amount of content that he pushes, because the amount of money he makes is insane, that I think he'll get refocused on that. And then in a couple of years' time, it'll probably, that's when things started to go downhill. You know? But you know what? We all only, in entertainment, everybody's numbers up eventually. You know? Some guy could come along and do what I do 10 times better, smack me around. That's it. It's game over. You know? That's the way it is. That's what you do when you get in a ring like this. We all all the YouTubers like to pretend they're all artists and they're curing cancer and shit like that. But at the end of the day, this is a fucking video game. And I don't know about you, I'm a competitive dude. And I think a lot of these guys that are on top, like Keem and Grade, I think they're just as vicious as I am.
That's why they're on top.
You've got it, buddy. Think about that.
Thank you.
Be a sheepdog, bro. Sheepdog. That's where it's at. Sheepdog. Like that. I came up with that myself, but I stole it from that movie. I forget what the one with the soldier in it. But it's true. I think there's a wolf, the sheep, and the sheepdog. Be a sheepdog. It's true. It's true. It's true. Kevin Snooza, Boston, Massachusetts. Probably at a hockey practice. You're on the air. Snooza?
What's up?
You tell me, man. You called me.
Hey, Tommy. It's me.
Yes.
And I actually have something to talk about today.
What?
What do you think of Scarce should do to change the way he makes his videos so it's not as boring?
Research. I don't know.
Well, are you sure just research? Because I like the guy.
Wow, the boring tag. It's funny you mentioned
his videos are all repetitive.
I think Scarce is a victim of the... And Leafy will take this whole genre with him, with the video game commentary video. He will take this with him. I think he's a victim of that. It's just like... I don't know. I don't need to see how good you are. I don't need to see how good you are at CSGO to fucking watch your news. You know what I mean?
Scarce should do all his news videos behind that tree.
I'd watch that.
You can't even...
It would be kind of funny if he did all his news, like... You know who gave me a good idea was Fin, who doesn't call me anymore because I think I told her off on Twitter. I think I did. Was it her? I forgot. She took a footage of not a video game, but her driving to work and left the camera on the dashboard.
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting. And you could do commentary over that. Yeah, it was different. It was different. I wonder if not everybody can't do that, of course, but
you know, Jeff. He made a video of recording himself driving to school, but instead of nice, calmly talking, he was screaming at the road.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I didn't watch that video. I don't watch my teammates' videos because I'm an egomaniac. Yeah, you knew that. Yeah. You gonna watch?
You don't watch anyone's video.
I don't watch anybody's videos. I got too much to fucking do. I'm a prick. I'm a jerk. But I'm not the type of jerk. I'm not the type of jerk. Like I want them to be successful. I don't like good. They're fucking not getting as many, so I'm not like that. But it's like I don't got time. I know. If Jeff sends me something he really want, he'll send it to me. You watching the games tonight, or are you gonna be at practice?
I'm watching the game. I don't have practice tonight.
Super.
Hallelujah.
Both of them. Another one's in 20 minutes. You know that, right? Finland, Sweden.
Yeah, I know. It starts at 3.
Right.
These times are terrible. 3 p.m.
Well, you're getting to watch Team USA Canada tonight, so that's it. All right, I gotta go. Talk to you later. Let's see. Josh from Hogwarts.
Hello.
How's Hogwarts treating you?
Wait, let me
Josh, wave your magic wand and improve the internet connection.
Okay.
Okay. What's on your mind?
I personally think that just because Leafy has a small chin, or no chin as Idubbbz is calling it, he shouldn't get bullied because everyone has problems in their life. So he shouldn't be bullied if I'm perfectly honest.
Leafy should be bullied because he's a prick.
I mean, he says that in his description, in the description of his videos, it's just satire, which is like comedy. So he doesn't actually mean it.
Well, who cares? I mean, ultimately, whether it's satire or not. I mean, if you're worried about people being victims, Josh. I mean, whether it's satire, whether it's in the realms of good taste, whether it's legal or not, he still messes with people for a living. 200. He makes about 150,000 pounds a month. Think about that. Even your rich daddy over in Hogwarts doesn't make that kind of money. Yeah, that's a lot of money. And you know what? I don't think it's fun. Is it nice to make fun of somebody because of their chin? No, it's not. I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should take that away. But is it okay, in my opinion, to do it to somebody who would have no problem doing it to somebody else? No, it's fine, especially if it's entertainment. You know, he's walking around like his poop doesn't stink. I'm watching my language in front of you. That's good because I think your dad listens to me now. Does your dad listen to me when you call?
Yeah, he's right behind me.
He's right behind you.
Homework, have you done it?
Yeah.
Get to work. You know what you should do, Harry? Get your magic wand and then make the homework do itself.
Can hear you, Dad.
Bippity boppity boop.
186 people can hear you.
Bippity boppity boop.
I just want to make sure you've done your homework, mate.
All right, kiddo. That's what I think. I believe he's a big boy. Hey, Josh. Just to be fair, I don't think anybody should do that to you at somebody your age. But I think once you pass 18 and you're on YouTube and you're running around criticizing other people, especially their features. I mean, we're talking about a guy that goofs on people with Down syndrome. I have no sympathy for him, none. But I don't think it's right for kids your age because I was just as awkward as you are right now when I was your age. But it's he's 21. He'll get over it, and he's a millionaire. So, it's okay.
I mean, on his reply video, he acted like he was scared and I don't know if that was fake or not.
What? He's not scared. He's just trying to show how scared he is scared, but he's trying to show how scared he's not by overacting. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, like that.
You need to read a book since you're a smart kid. There's a book called The Games People Play. I think it was written sometime in the 70s. You might be a little too young. No, actually, you're probably. But tell your father to read it. He'll know what I'm talking about. All right? All right. All right, Daddy. Have a good night. Yo, I don't know. I can't do. My English accent stinks. And congratulations, you're the first person that called where I actually watched my language. Because your accent is so, it's like debonair. I don't even know the right word for it. I mean, I feel like I feel like I'm in royal company and I can't curse. You know what I mean?
Did a notification just come out?
What's that? A notification just did come out, and Josh is officially following me on Twitch. All right, do your homework. Do what's right.
I've already done it. Thank you very much.
And in 10 years, you can go on YouTube and pick on people and make a lot of money. How about that?
I've already done my homework. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, then go play.
That is wrong.
Then go play some video games.
Bye.
Or turn somebody into a toad. Practice. It's Hogwarts. Practice. What's posh? Yeah. Posh is a British term. I hear it a lot more. I think I'm done. All right, I'm last call of the day. Pappy Valentes or Varenches.
Yeah, hey Tommy.
You're the last call of the day.
With the name.
You're the last call of the day. What are you gonna do?
Oh, Leafy used to do those story time videos, right? Way back in the day. It's like he was talking about how he used to play on League of Legends, and he knew a pedophile, and the person said that he's coming to Utah to kill him or something. So he used to tell stories.
Were they good?
They were actually good, but see, this is what happened, because when he started doing those commentaries or those react videos blew up, so he was like, fuck it, I'm just going to keep doing this.
Sure. But I wonder if, you know what, if I see a good story, I'll be able to tell, and maybe he does have some talent I don't know about. You know what I mean? So I want everybody on Twitter to send me, of that generation, a Leafy video that's their favorite, one they really remembered. It's one that had an impact, our favorite Leafy story. I want to see it, not to criticize it, to see if he actually has any talent. Maybe I'm wrong, but I doubt it. But I do. I want to see that. Who does that? That's very radio-esque. That's kind of my thing. Like, to tell a story, to capture people in while you're playing a video game and to tell a story. That takes talent, to hold an audience that way.
But it was that time of YouTube where the story time, it blew up. Now with the gaming videos, now it's the react videos. Now it may be something else later. It probably go back to those rant videos again.
Could be.
So I have a good question.
Last question. Hit me up. I got 15 minutes to
Katie.
Hockey. What about her?
I love Katie. I want to propose to her on Shot to the Point, like right now.
Let me see if I put her on right now.
It's like,
yeah, hold on. Katie.
Like if
I'm trying to get her on.
Okay, cool.
You're trying to get her on right here, right now. Katie, you there?
What's happening?
Yeah, I got a guy. Go ahead, Varentez. Propose. Go ahead.
Hey, Katie, I've been spotting you from all the way from my room in Virginia with no camera on, and I just want to say that I want to marry you. I'm here on my knees with a push-pop ring asking you, will you be my wife?
No.
Why not, Katie? He's a beautiful man. I saw him.
Because you're the only one for me, baby.
We can have beautiful biracial kids, and they grow up and be like, Leafy is here.
He's black. He's hung like a horse. What do you think of that? And he speaks Spanish.
Yes, I do. I'm Bobby Bandres.
Yeah, and then
I don't like Spanish.
You could tell. Well, what you could tell? Do you like exotic?
No.
Because you get the best of both worlds. You get the exotic language, and then you get the big black guy, all at once. You know what? I think Bobby. I think this is a good idea. Bobby. Here's the thing, Katie. You need a horse kicking in your stall over there. That's why you're so miserable, Katie. I think you should give it a chance.
Manhandled.
I want you to be happy, Katie. That's my biggest mission in life. I think you should give this a chance. So why don't you get this big black buck over to goddamn Scotland, and I don't know, lay some hay down, let him kick around. What do you think, Bobby? No, she's such a mean. Bobby, isn't she mean?
No.
Bobby?
Who the fuck is Bobby?
I thought you said Pappy. I'm not good with names.
My name is Poppy.
Poppy? It says P-A-P-I. What are you talking about? Pappy.
Yeah,
what do you think of that? What do you think of
it is in Spanish. It's Poppy.
Are you Hispanic?
I'm off-brand Hispanic.
What's that?
Off-brand Hispanic is when, like, you a Latino, but you look like Spanish people. I call them because they're kind of white.
Yeah.
So they're more white, so I look more black. So I just say I'm off-brand Hispanic.
Oh, okay.
But
I met black guys that are I met guys in Puerto Rico and
the Dominican Republic.
The Dominican, they're all black guys. Yeah, pretty much for the most part.
Española.
Yeah. And they talk real fast. They speak Spanish real fast.
Can I go now?
Yeah.
Yes, you can go, sweetheart. Goodbye. You should stick around. You would be a happier woman. A much happier woman, Kate.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
Can I talk to her, Tommy? Because I couldn't hear her.
He wants to talk to you, Kate.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't hear her? You can't hear her?
No.
Oh, shit.
I can barely hear her.
Shit. I forgot to put the thing on. I can actually...
Tommy done fucked up my marriage.
You should be able to hear her, actually.
Bad YouTuber.
Can you hear her now?
God damn! She just said "fuck YouTuber."
She's mean. No. She's mean. All right, Katie, you can get out of here. I gotta go. It's hockey time, Pappy.
Learn how to be docile, and I will teach you that. I will.
She's a transgender. She's a transgender lesbian. What? Why?
I have a white stallion out front of my house, and I can just ride it to Scotland, and it can fly.
She hates men. She hates men, dude. She hates
because I keep hearing her beat up on Tommy and call you a fucking faggot.
I think it's funny.
Your hair's fucked up because it was longer, which I like the longer.
You like the longer thing too?
Yeah, especially when you put the fucking the lightning strike in it. I thought it was badass.
Yeah. What did Clown call me? Lightning McQueen. That's what he called me.
Oh yeah, I said that's
I was badass. That's right. Like
badass. And I have a thing about Keem.
I gotta go, dude. I got fucking 10 minutes till hockey time. You are not coming between that. I don't care how big.
5 minutes. I just want to ask you about Keem. I really want to know who the fuck are these YouTubers. Are they aliens? Is it Bill Clinton? Is the YouTuber?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Who are these people? I've been trying to find it out because at first I thought it was no fuckers. I was wrong.
I gotta go, baby. Nothing gets between me and hockey, brother. I got another podcast.
All right, man. I'm gonna watch the hockey, even though I don't know shit about hockey.
Well,
except,
it's real easy.
Gretzky.
All you got to do is put it in the net. That's all you got to know, and a bunch of other things.
All right, cool.
I'll probably be in my Discord tonight. I gotta go. I really gotta go. Talk to you later. Thanks, Pappy. Here's the thing, too. Just to get this out of the goddamn way. Yes, that's right. In the Crease, TommyC tonight, right after USA and Canada. That's right, USA and Canada. If you're a hockey fan, I will be covering the great USA and Canada. USA's back again. Is against the wall right here in the World Cup of Hockey. If they lose, they're out. Canada looks to take a 2-0 lead in the preliminary rounds. Check that out right on this channel. Right on this channel. Shit, wrong one. Right on this channel. After the game, I will also be going in my Discord. You are welcome to join me in the hockey talk. You have to watch the link I send you if you're watching the game, and you cannot pepper me with YouTube stuff. I've had enough of YouTube for today. I think I've done my service. So you have to at least. But I tell you what, I'm not a snob. But if you don't know what offsides and icing is, and you want to hang out with me, I will teach you, and I will not be a what do you call it? A elitist prick about the whole thing. Josh changed his name to Oliver Twist in my Discord. So if you want to hang out, let me know. Remember, right after tonight, going in the Crazy TommyC. Peace. See you later. Bye.
Love for the field, now it's Vegas nights. Smoking that kush, that's a satellite. Treat myself like no one better. Treat my dreams like now or never. I put that work in, outshining niggas on purpose. Ain't a hater touching my surface. Mean Joe Green still curtain.